What's up, guys? Josh with Navigate the Wild, and today we're going to talk 2023 backpack as well as pack dump, what I carry in it and why. So, the first thing I want to do is address if you hear any type of crazy wind pushing in or rain. We are in the Navigate the Wild studios, aka my garage, and we have Hurricane Idalia pushing through Florida, but that's what's going on if you hear that in the video, okay? Over the last couple of years, we have seen more and more companies investing in packs. Packs are becoming a very big thing that we get involved in. It's something that we depend on. It's something that's going to either help our hunt, make it a little easier, or complicate our hunt, not have enough room, not have enough gear with us, not have essential gear with us, like water and first aid. So we omit certain things to make room for other things, and sometimes you find yourself in a pickle. So what we have here is the Kifaru shape charge, and we're going to do a whole breakdown on this. This is Kifaru's answer to what they call their EDC line, but it is quickly becoming one of their most popular backpacks, paired with a Sherman pocket for mobile hunting and for saddle hunting, and I picked one up this year. This is not where it started for me, though. The first year or two I started hunting, I started out with a Walmart special, and you can too. If you're just starting to get into hunting, you're not sure if you're going to be able to pull it off. And so starting out with a cheap pack, something you buy at Walmart or, you know, a Dick's Sporting Goods or Academy Sports, just an entry-level pack between $50, $30, $50, up into the $100 to $150 range, man, you can start there and it can do wonders for you. It can work out great for you. I did that for the first 2 years. Third year in, I knew this was sticking. I was going to be hunting. I wanted to make hunting something that I was going to invest in, something that I was going to do yearly, multiple times a year. And so I was ready to kind of jump in, and I took on archery second year in, and I started realizing, I'm going to have a little more gear, and there's a few things that I would like to have with me. Not all of them fit in that pack back then. All of them, and then some, will fit into this pack, and we'll get into that soon. I jumped up into a Badlands pack. Now, I have worn this pack in multiple states, Florida, North Carolina, Kentucky, Georgia, for the last 10 years. I've run this pack. This is a awesome pack. But one of the things that drew me to Badlands wasn't their pack necessarily. One of the major things that drew me to Badlands was their warranty. And their warranty resembles a lot like Vortex warranty. It's a no-hassle warranty. So for me, they don't make this pack anymore, but at the time, buying a Badlands pack, the idea of being on a budget, having a smaller budget for hunting, and having the opportunity to be able to buy from a company that warranties their product for the life of the product. I have not jumped to anything other than running this Badlands. So Badlands, thank you so much for your quality, engineering, consistency with your stuff. When I started to decide that I was going to upgrade packs this year, this was going to be the big one for me. I wanted to make one purchase. I just wanted one pack that would be consistent with everything that I needed to get out of a pack, preferably made in America. And so I started going down the line of what packs were available to me, but more importantly, what did I need it to do? Because it's not just about carrying gear in. I needed this thing to be able to perform for me. And so what do I specifically need out of a pack? Well, let's talk first thing, size. I couldn't go too large. Again, Florida, Georgia, flatland, swampland, maybe a little bit of hill, maybe, but not much. So I didn't need a duplex frame. I didn't need something that was going to carry multiple loads. I didn't need something that was going to have to haul out an elk. I'm going to be hunting pigs, I'm going to be hunting turkeys, and I'm going to be hunting white-tailed deer. Now what would I like it to have? I really wanted external pockets on the side to hold fluid for me. It's hot, it's humid here in Florida. I like going into the woods with coffee, and I like going in the, let this band pass. I like going into the woods with Black Rifle coffee in my Yeti, and I like going into the woods with my Element and water in an Nalgene bottle, or a water cell that's a little larger. So I needed external pockets that would do just that. That's one thing that I really had high on the wish list of a new pack for me. The other thing is I wanted to have space. I wanted room to grow. This year I'm getting into a little self-filming. That's really fun. That's gonna add to the pack a little bit. I'm gonna need a little more gear. My wife and I are really trying to film everything on an iPhone 14 Pro Max, or whatever comes out next that's better. And it is a great mobile setup. I have a hard time thinking mobile and then having this massive camera. Plus, I don't want to spend $6,000 on a camera right now. So we're going to run it off our phone, sleek, mobile, light. That's what we're running. I wanted Molly on the pack itself. I wanted the availability to not only attach my platform and my sticks, but also an external bag or external pockets for more storage, because you're always looking for storage. And I wanted the pack itself to have enough storage to carry maybe a puffy jacket in the cold, as well as a first aid kit. So many guys get injured, cuts, nicks on their bodies from multiple knives going when you're skinning something out. You slip, you fall, you need a Band-Aid, you need some Neosporin, you need some antiseptic spray, whatever. I just wanted that on the pack for me. Also, now I wear glasses, progressive lenses. So far and close. I also need hearing aids. And so that adds a little meticulous carry to the pack as well for me. And so how are we going to do that safely, especially in weather where it rains? Lastly, the mobility of saddle hunting. You're walking into the woods, you've got your chest rig on, you've got your pack on, you've got your saddle on. I'm going up to a tree. I want to be able to scurry up a tree and not be weighed down and not be thrown off by the size of this when I'm turning it to get it to hang on the tree, it hanging on the tree. I wanted all that stuff to be real seamless and as safe as possible, because again, we're in a tree 16, 17, 20 feet up. So that's what I wanted out of my pack. I had budgeted this year to purchase a pack that I would potentially be able to hunt with for the next 10 to 20 years. Depending on where I hunt, if I could add something to it like a duplex frame down the road, God willing, I get to go west at some point, that would be a cool option to have. And so the top three that I looked at, that I finally settled on, was the Stone Glacier Avail 2200, the Tether Fast Pack, and the Kifaru Shape Charge. I really came close to buying the Stone Glacier. It looked not only cool, it kind of has an external cover on it, so that would have covered and carried my platform in place. It had the compression underneath for my sticks. I like to carry my sticks on the bottom of my pack just to limit knocking and making noise. As I'm getting older, I like everything to have its place. And it looked like Stone Glacier was going to get me there. It lacked in the Molly department. And so the thing that disqualified the Stone Glacier for me was it did not have any side pockets. I wasn't able to carry any type of hydration on the outside. And I'm just not a water bladder guy. They get grimy, they get gross. Cleaning them is a pain in the butt. I didn't want to deal with it. So I wanted the external pockets. It did not have that. So I didn't get it. On to the Tether Fast Pack. Looks awesome. 1,100 cubic inches. External pockets for not only Nalgene hydration, but also something else, a camera arm, a stick, whatever, depending on what kind of stick you run. Molly all over the place. Pretty heavy duty material, ripstop material. It was a front runner for me. I thought, man, this is the one. Then I couldn't find it anywhere. The pack is $350 plus tax and shipping, whatever else. One of the massive things that I saw on guys that reviewed packs of the Tethered Fast Pack on YouTube was that they put the shoulder straps too close together. And so anybody that knows anything about packs, the closer your shoulder straps are together, the more load bearing you have on the back. As you put that on, even with the stays in place in the back panel, it's going to pinch your shoulders. That was a big disqualifier for me because I need this thing to be comfortable. If I'm wearing this in and out of the woods, as well as up a tree and possibly even helping me get game out of the woods, depending on where I'm at, it needs to be comfortable. I need to be able to carry this in a relatively healthy posture and be comfortable. So now I'm looking at the Shape Charge and I'm looking at the Fast Pack and I'm on hold. Primarily because one thing I love about Kifaru's website, if the pack is out of stock, it's out of stock. You can get on the email list and potentially order it when it comes back into stock. But they're not going to take your money and then say, hey, we'll tell you when it's in stock. It might be a month, it might be 2 months. If it's out of stock, you're not getting it. And that's what happened here. Kifaru just said, it's out of stock. It's a pretty good wind band. And so I wasn't at peace with which to buy. The pinching was a problem, and I was leaning more towards the Kifaru Shape Charge with the Sherman pocket. Well, then what happens is I get the 2023 Tethered catalog, and now they have a Fast Pack Gen 2. They don't call it the Gen 2, but you can buy it in Bottomland camo. The reason I'm calling it the Fast Pack Gen 2 is because it's redesigned. I emailed Tethered and asked, and I said, hey, I'm noticing on this pack, there's molly on the outside of each shoulder strap. This is my concern. I've seen that they have had issues with pinching between the shoulders. Can you tell me if it was redesigned? And they said, yes, it was redesigned. Now we're selling it in Bottomland and we've updated the pack. Well, it just kept saying, is in stock, can be back ordered, and I didn't really have time. So I really started looking at this bad boy. Enter in the Kifaru Shape Charge with the Kifaru Sherman pocket. I have hunted with this pack, I think 4 times this year so far for pigs. 1,960 cubic inches. It's about 960 cubic inches bigger than the Fast Pack. There's molly all over it. We've got 2 handles on top and a handle on the bottom, which I'll show you. 2 water pockets on either side. There's some really cool features there, which we'll go over. Plenty of storage, plenty of room to grow. The availability to add it to a duplex frame. The availability and option to add a belt if I want one. This has it all. I'm not saying this just to say it. I'm dead serious about this. Remember, I ran the Badlands pack for 10. I could easily see myself running this for 20. This pack has it all. So let's get into it. The first thing you see on the outside, this was an addition. I didn't have to get this, but I'm so happy that I did. Without the Sherman pocket, you're running about 4 pounds. I'm gonna just pop this off here so you could see what the frame looks like without the Sherman pocket, and we'll come back to that in a second. Here is the Kifaru shape charge. Clamshell design. What does that mean? Well, what that means is I can actually unzip this and go all the way down. So if I really want to get specific with how I'm going to pack my pack, I can take it all the way down and I can basically open up the entire main compartment. We'll get to everything in a minute. It's inside. The other thing that I loved about this design is you can also unzip from the bottom. But my puffy jacket is going to live down here at the bottom. If I need to get to it and I don't want to dig through the top all the way down, I just lift up, reach in, grab my puffy jacket, close it, and I'm good to go. Obviously, Molly on the front. We have buckles all over the place, which definitely come in handy. Little Velcro mesh here on the outside for a name tag or a moral patch or whatever. Handle on the bottom, 2 handles up top. This handle, I have a night eye S-beaner, and this hangs from the tree from my hang your stuff strap. So when I get into the tree and I take off my pack, this will actually hang right on the tree, and then I will zip this down just enough to be able to get to some stuff or lay some stuff in there. The very top, we have a small compartment here. This is for I'm going to use for wallet, keys, maybe an extra headlamp. I don't have anything in there currently. I put another night tie in there, S-beaner, a small one for keys. Just makes it a little easier. You got your key lanyard there. Really cool. Then we have our top compartment. This is still not in the main bag. My top compartment, I decided to use for tools. This has got plenty of room. I have foldable saw, pruning shears, just to take off little things, a night tie, night tie, my Essie blade for skinning game, a Olight mini baton for the top of my hat, in case that ever comes out, and Meat Eater Edition Work Sharp sharpening stone. All that stuff packs in really nice and neat in this top compartment for me, and I'll probably add or take away some things. Really deep, really big side pockets. This was a really cool design that Kifaru did, where you've got a hole out the front, and so inside you have a clip, and that clip can come out the front there and meet around so I can strap something down real low if I want to. This one I have inside because I don't want to strap down my water bottle. I want to be able to just put it in there, take it out really easy. So those were essential. On the back side, we have 18-inch stays on the internal side. I'll show you. And then just really beefy, really nice shoulder straps, as well as chest strap that goes across your chest to keep you in. So when you're wearing this thing, I'll pop it on for you. Your posture is good because of those stays. And when I have this thing loaded down with my platform and my sticks and my Sherman pocket and all the gear in it that I'm going into the woods, it just distributes really well. I'm constantly up, and I have everything in it that I need. Very cool. Very good design. I love the attention to detail. I love that people go out of their way to think about things. This was something that I haven't really heard anybody talk about, and I absolutely love. This is a huge selling point for me, and I didn't even know it was a thing. First off, the one button design to adjust your clips. That's great. I love that. But this here, this small little Velcro. With all of these clips and buckles on the pack, it would drive me absolutely insane to have all of this extra material flopping around, getting in my way. So to be able to just take this and undo it, make more room as I see fit, or get it where it needs to be, cinch it down, and then take this little Velcro strap and tuck it away nicely. Kifaru's ahead of the game on that one, and it is a knock out of the park. This can also be put on a duplex frame. Before we get into the pack, put this off to the side. So let's talk about this bad boy, the Sherman pocket. It weighs in at 10.8 ounces, 500 CI volume, and the fabric is a 500D DWR coated nylon. It also doubles as a rifle scabbard. So when this is connected to the shape charge, you can fold it down and there's a pocket back here to put the butt of your rifle. So that's kind of cool. Inside, when you get your Sherman pocket, you will have a chamber in it, and in the chamber, you will have all your buckles and compression straps and all that stuff for your backpack, whatever pack you go with. YKK zippers, so just that added reinforcement, added waterproof protection. I have a SAM splint. I've had one laying around, so I threw one in here. Guys are constantly twisting ankles, messing up arms. I figured I'd rather have one and never need it than need one and not have it. The good old toilet paper, SAM goes back in, TP goes back in, and that's always good to have, accessible, quick. Ties go back in. So that's the Sherman pocket. I love this thing. Light, quick. I could even attach this to my chest rig if I needed to, and wear this on my back just as the small pack and have my chest rig up front for early season scouting, early season hunts. So that's cool. Let's get into the Shape Charge main pocket. When you first get this thing, I'm gonna just unzip the whole thing. You get a chamber pocket. Currently, I just have a pair of gloves in here, but you can put whatever you want. Some First Light gloves, really thin for bow season. You get your stays that stay in here, and this also doubles as a water bladder pocket. Again, like I said, I don't run a water bladder. This has been a great addition for me. I didn't know if I was gonna use it as much, but this is a Magpul weatherproof DACA case. What I keep in here are expensive ear protection. You can get walkers, they work much better and they're much cheaper. But I got these when I got my hearing aids. My glasses are always fogging up, so I just have an Oakley sunglass pocket or whatever. But what I love about this is inside, it's just protection. Glasses are expensive. These are Progressives. It cost me like 700 bucks. So when I get into the tree a lot of times, because of the humidity, I just take them off, drop them in, close the pouch, and they're safe. So that's great. I got the Latitude knee pads, although so far this year, running the new Cruiser platform, it's taken so much pressure off of my ankles having that slight cant on the end of the platform. I haven't needed these to rest, but it's good to have them, so I have those. This is another Magpul DACA weatherproof pouch. This is my kill kit. This always sits at the bottom of the pack. Inside of it, I have game bags. I have interchangeable blade, the Havalon Piranha. More game bags, a gut hook, even though I don't use that as much. I've got replacement blades for my Piranha and a Leatherman mutt. The reason I like the mutt is because it has a good saw in it and it allows me the availability to saw out a pelvic bone or whatever I need to get out of the way. I love the Magpul's attention to detail when it comes to the zippers. The YKK zippers are great. This is another large DACA pouch, see-through, and all that lives in this thing is my drag kit. A lot of the time, you're down in a swamp, there's a lot of cypress knobs and stuff like that. This is just a reflective deer drag or hog drag. Two pieces, one goes around you, one goes around your animal. And what I usually do is I take a small S-beaner and I'll connect it to my chest, and that'll hold the two big pieces of the deer drag to my chest like a backpack. So that lays in there. And then I have something that I really wanted on my pack. I have a first aid kit. And what I love about this is, as you can see, the Shape Charge has all this MOLLE on the internal frame, so everything stays nice and rigid. I was able to take, this is an FHF E3 pouch, in blaze orange, I fastened a cross to it indicating what it was. That way, if in a pinch, in an emergency, somebody needs something out of this quick, they don't have to guess what that is and they don't have to waste time looking for it. It's right there. You undo it, and I've got wrap. Forgot the name of this stuff, but it's just wrap. I've got sutures. I have a tourniquet, which is an absolute important thing for me. I have a tick tool. I have some Band-Aids and some just regular tourniquet, rubber tourniquets. I have some liquid Band-Aid and an Altoid box. And my Altoid box basically has ibuprofen and Tylenol. There are times where I get terrible headaches. And so there's nothing worse than being in the woods tracking a deer and having a splitting headache. So I have that in there. I'm also going to add some antiseptic spray and a few other things before the season starts. Off to the side here, I carry this is a Beta Pro from Phelps Game Calls. Awesome, awesome call. And it's just fixed to the top. That way, when my pack is sitting on the tree open, I don't have to wear an additional thing on my neck. It's hanging right off the side. I can just pull it up and call when I want to. The other side is going to have a doe bleat. That's the internal compartment of my shape charge. When you get to the other side, you basically have two pockets. One zipper goes vertical, one goes horizontal. My vertical zipper, I have just a regular handkerchief. Can blot off the sweat or whatever, blow your nose, whatever emergency. I have an extra charger for my phone or for whatever. I have a lighter, and I have just a really entry-level Gerber sharpener. This I also keep on me, and this is I just used this pouch because it was kind of hard. It came with a cheap pair of earbuds. But what I use in it is batteries, extra batteries, so I don't have loose batteries, AA's, AAA's, or some Streamlight 3-volt lithiums. These are for my weapons light on my handgun, as well as my O-light. And then a card reader. A lot of our cards don't come out anymore. We run cell cameras, but if I'm ever with somebody that needs a card reader, I've got it. Doesn't add much weight, and that's all that's there. Okay, so that goes in there. This one's much deeper, and I basically carry some lighted tacks. A lot of times I hunt with guys that haven't been where I'm at, so I tack certain areas. That way I don't have to walk them to a stand. They can find it on their own in the dark and find their way out in the dark. This is just a distress call for predators, coyotes, whatever. I have a rifle cleaning cloth, more night eyes, carry a lot of those. They should sponsor me. I got a lot of those, just different sizes. They always come in handy. I have some reflective tape. This can be put on stands you leave in the woods, as well as markers on trails, things like that. And lastly, a cloth wipe for lenses or whatever the case may be. So there you have it, guys. This is everything that I carry on my new shape charge. I'm sure as I grow as a hunter, I will be adding things, taking things, changing out gear. But overall, as it pertains to the pack that I'm going to run for the next 10, 15, 20 years, it will be my Kifaru shape charge partnered with a Sherman pocket. So, hope you enjoyed the review, and make sure you get out there and navigate the wild.